Мне по-любому стоит уже заснять. Давай,
Чувак, на раз, два, три.
хорошо, обещаем.
Я беру ствол, прицеливаюсь и прямо в репу. Надеюсь, ты снимаешь! Медобир атакует. Ну ты взяли. По моей теории мы становимся только сильнее. Зацените. Чувак, нифига себе! Она думает, ее узнали.
Теперь по-любому виноват черт.
Well, I think like any other kid who's ever lived on the face of the planet, I always would go in school, drift off into daydreams about having superpowers, and I would rarely think about fighting evil or stopping crime, but just if I had telekinetic powers, I'd be messing with people, with my friends.
Congratulations, it was
Thank
really
you.
wonderful movie. So what was your first reaction when you saw the script when you read it?
I was really excited. Yeah, you know, I think it's just a really great idea for a movie. And I think that the idea of taking the age-old tale of superheroes and many things that are familiar with us and reinventing how those stories are told and morphing them with a more modern-day twist is just... for me, it jumped right off the page. It read so fast, I couldn't put it down, and I was so excited after I read it.
I've been telling everybody that it's a good story. I read 25 pages of the script, and after that much, rang up my agent, begged to get in on it because I hadn't had an audition scheduled yet. And then I hung up, I read the rest of the script, was blown away further, and then rang up and reiterated, you know, again, how much I needed to get in. And, yeah, that's all I can say.
First time I read the script, it was, I felt like I picked up my first comic book. You know, I didn't want to put it down. You know, I read it in one pass, and I walked away thinking, I called my agent, listen, you got to give me this job. I have to be a part of this movie. It's some way or another. And it was just, I just never saw a superhero movie shot this way, because it's not really a superhero movie, but you have superpowers, so it was just unconventional, and I like that.
Эй, деревенщина какая-то.
Да что надо этому дебилу?
Ты что творишь? Ты зачем так сделал? Считаешь, это был несчастный случай, Эндрю? Эндрю?
Andrew goes a little off the rails because he has a tragic home life, you know. And look, everyone makes decisions in life based on their situation, but it's not just he has a tragic home life, he's also a young kid, you know. And so a young kid in that situation who's had power taken away from them their whole life, if you give them power suddenly and they're not at an age mature enough to use it.
The thing I definitely want people to get out of the film is to see that what happens to Andrew is a result of what his life was like. He didn't just go crazy. He really has a lot built up inside of him that he was never able to unleash before because he was a powerless person. And now he's thrown into a situation where he has more power than anybody. And I think that what he does makes sense, although I don't necessarily agree with it. So I would hope that people are sympathetic.
My character ran its course. You know, I feel like, you know, in a movie, you know, especially like this, it's an ensemble, you know, and it's about the picture, it's about the movie, you know. So, you know, I'm a tool, and I get it, I'm there, you know, for Andrew. We become best friends. You know, I'm there with Matt. We all become best friends, and it's kind of like, you know, Steve. He ran his course, and you know, who knows? You know, there might be another one.
I sort of had a back catalog of scenarios that I always wanted to see happen. And as I got older and I started shooting things, and the kind of internet viral thing took off, and there was suddenly a place to put short content without having to enter it into like a short film festival or something. You could do these sort of weird videos that came out of nowhere. So I was suddenly excited to do all these things. So I had this kind of long list, and looking at it, I realized that there's potentially something bigger there possibly a movie that would be about a group of friends in high school who are documenting their ability to move things with their mind.
Я беспокоюсь за Эндрю.
Ты понимаешь, что это не игрушки? Все слишком опасно! Остановите это! Прямо сейчас!
I wonder, do you think this movie has a quite strong statement? I mean, I felt that statement. What do you think audience should take home?
I mean, there's so many different messages throughout the film that I think somebody could take from it. From, you know, the cliche, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, I think, you know, all your villains aren't villains out of maliciousness. You know, like, you know, it depends on where you come from, your background, how you were raised, your living. You know, what type of, you know, how was your life experiences? What are you going through? You know, and then somebody who never had power before to all of a sudden having all the power in the world and feeling like, you know, he's on top of the world, how that would change a guy.
I just think it's a wild ride, you know, and I think it's a lot of fun to watch. And one of the things I really enjoyed watching about it is the opportunity it gives the audiences to really be there and feel like they're a part of the story. I hope that people have a unique experience at the theater, and I hope it's a lot of fun, and I hope they feel the highs and lows of everything we're going through.
I left the cinema feeling exhilarated. It's a wild ride. It's funny. It's fun. You know, so many things resonate. You'll think back in your life, beautiful times in your younger years as well. More than anything, I'd like them to feel like they've witnessed something and been a part of something truly extraordinary, but something that could actually happen. And that's what kind of sets it apart, you know. Should I say what I said before? I said it before and regretted it. It's not a superpower. It's like, but no one else seems to be able to do it. I can stretch my lips really far.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
I don't think I have superpowers.
My powers. I think. I don't know, man. I like to make myself comfortable no matter where I go. You know, I like everybody around me to be comfortable as well. So I think I don't know. I have the power to make people comfortable. I think.
Geez, a power. Let's see. Do I have a superpower? Well, I'm good at winning arguments.
Откуда этот звук? Что за фигня? Быстрее. Все, чувак, мы спускаемся. Киев, погодь! Мэтт, ты глянь на это!